Hey guys, in this short video, we're going to talk about the topic of humility. Now, this is something I struggle with particularly, and I'll share with you in a little bit further down the video. So, what's the definition of humility? By the dictionary's meaning, it's the freedom of being humble is being free of the freedom of pride, arrogance, and self-assertion. If you're not humble, the Bible gives us this warning. It says, when pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom, from Proverbs 11:2. So for me, it's pretty wise words that we should choose to be humble and not to be proud or boastful. So what are some of the signs that you lack humility? So here's one of them. That's being all about self. Think everything is about you and that you have to be right. And not only do you have to be right, you have to actually tell everybody that you're right as well. So if that's you, maybe there's some seeds of not being humble, being proud in your character you need to think about. What's another sign? Another sign is you're unteachable. You get angry when people tell you to do things. Now, this is my big stumbling block, and I struggle with this. And it can be as simple as someone telling you to put a jacket on when it's cold outside. And that's how I used to react with my wife. I get angry because she tells me something as simple as that. I shoot the messenger and not understand the message. So, I could hear that inner voice in me saying, how dare you tell me what to do? Even though I knew it was good for me. I had this, a quick rise of anger in me. So I think I am unteachable, but I'm still working on it. But if that's you as well, then think about there could be seeds of not being humble in your character as well. The next one is another sign is comparison or vanity. You may compare yourself to others. And when you compare, you need to put others down to feel good about yourself. So that's another sign of not being humble, is that you tend to use comparison to get your kicks, or validate yourself is through comparison. So you're not being humble in that way too. So there are three signs that I've picked up about not being humble. But then what are some of the signs of actually being humble? So one of the things is thinking better of others than yourself. So, and this, you have to be very careful too. Like I have to mind myself about this. You don't want to appear humble just to look good. You want to actually genuinely want to be humble and care for others ahead of your own needs and wants. So how do you demonstrate humble? Think of and behave as a servant to other people, and think of others as better than yourself. The next one is to be teachable. Now, this guy's called Tim Groves, and you may or may not know of him, but he was one of the coaches to the best basketballers in history. He was Michael Jordan's coach, and he's coached other players of the caliber of like Kobe Bryant. So even professionals need coaches, and they need to take the advice of others. So truth is that you don't know everything, and you most likely will never know everything. So be teachable, right? And don't have that knee-jerk reaction of getting angry when people tell you to do something or ask you to do something. One of the strategies that I use when that feeling comes up inside of me is I say, just say thank you. If it comes up, just say thank you. What that does, it gives you a bit of time to breathe. And in that short period of time, it actually also lets you have a think and respond appropriately. So if you do feel that anger come up, just say thank you. Simply say thank you. As I was studying this, I thought that being humble was actually coming from a position of weakness. But don't be fooled, though. Being humble is not weak. It's actually coming from a place of strength. So the prime example is Jesus. Like Jesus is the commander of the heavenly hosts, and what that means is he commands legions of angels that can do or will do whatever he commands to do. So when he was being put on the cross, he could have told the angels to come down, decimate everyone who was on the earth, take himself down from the cross. And the Bible says instead of that, he he chose to humble himself and became obedient even unto death. So if that's not a good example of controlled power and putting others before yourself, thinking of others before yourself, I don't know what is. So being humble actually comes from a place of power, not from a place of weakness. And, you know, and every day when we conduct ourselves in the world, then we have a choice, you know, to be either humble or proud and boastful. So my encouragement to you is be humble and move forward and become the man you need to be. Thanks.